All right, guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to add a little bit of brake fluid to the 2003 Buick Park Avenue. So the last few times I've driven it, I noticed when I stop, the brake light on the dash will pop on. It doesn't stay on. Usually, once I tap the brakes or something, again it'll go back out. So I know the brake pads are very close uh, to being needed to be replaced. So that's something I'm going to get done in the next few weeks. And I've noticed when you stop, it pulsates a little bit in the front. And what that is, guys, that's just an indication that the brake rotors are starting to get a little bit warped on it. So sometimes you can take some shops can turn the rotors and smooth them back out, and that'll work. I've had that done. Matter of fact, I had it done on the Dodge over here at one time. Uh, and it's done pretty good for several years now. Of course, I don't drive it that often. I drive this pretty much daily. So if they can't turn the rotors and get them right, then you just have to put new rotors on there. So, but I'm gonna go with new rotors and pads on it very soon. But that could be the reason why the indicator light comes on the dash. It dings like 3 times, and then when it comes on, just to let you know that it's on, I guess. And like I said, when you tap the brake again or stop at your next stoplight or whatever, it goes off. So I did check it last night. I went to Walmart, and while I was getting out in the parking lot, I opened the hood and looked, and the brake fluid level was a little bit low. So that could be it also. I bought a bottle of Valvoline. This is .3 and 4 brake fluid. Of course, these are .3. These cars call for .3 brake fluid. I'm pretty sure that's what I've always been. Well, I've pretty much always used. But I bought this Valvoline. It's about $5 or $6 for a bottle. And then I figured out I had a bottle at home. So I've heard some people say that once you crack the seal on these, not to use them again because they draw moisture. I've never heard that before. I just heard that from one guy. On a YouTube video. So you guys can let me know about that. But I've always, I don't know many people that are going to spend, $5 or $6 for a bottle of brake fluid, because most people, when they buy brake fluid like this, it's usually or typically just to top off the low level. If you're changing your brake fluid, you're going to need more than this anyway, most likely. So anyway, guys, I've used a little bit out of this. I don't know what I used it in. Probably one of these Rangers at one time. But anyway, let's get in here. And it's pretty simple to add to your brake fluid. I've already popped the hood in there. So this hood is a lot easier to lift than some of them. It's got the hydraulic struts that still work very well. So right here is your brake fluid reservoir. You see right there it says .3, and we've got one that's compatible for .3 and .4. Now these are always hard to read for me. Right here is if you can see it right there, is your max line, and you can see the fluid is down here. I don't see the minimum line is, but I'm going to go ahead and add it to get it up there to the max line real quick. So I'll go ahead and do that. And like I said, I don't know if that would be why the light's on or not. I kind of suspected at first that it would be, due to the maybe the brake pads starting to get a little bit worn or something. But either way, it's not going to hurt to top this off, because it's definitely going to need it. That plunger there is a little wonky, but so I'm just going to add it up to the max line there if I can see what I'm doing here. Like I said, guys, it's hard to see that. You can see it going up there now. All right, that's right at the max line. You can kind of see where it came back up. Of course, it's kind of, the reservoir is kind of tilted anyway, and that's just a natural tilt to it. But you can see there it's up to the max level now. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my cap back on. Make sure that's on real good and everything. So I got it back up to the max level now. So put the lid back on this before I spill it. There's just a little bit left. So I got it back up to the max level, as you guys can see. So like I said, it was a little bit low. And guys, like I said before, I bought this car in 2020 from an elderly lady who had bought it new. And it only had, in 2020 when I bought it, it only had 27,000 miles. So I can guarantee you that the brake fluid's never been changed in this car. And by the way, how many people have ever changed their brake fluid? I don't recall ever in any vehicle I've ever owned changing my brake fluid. That's probably not a bad thing to do, you know, at times, but obviously I changed my oil. I have had transmissions serviced, but I've never changed my brake fluid. If you have, let us know what that entails. But anyway, guys, what I was going to say is this thing had 27,000 miles on it when I got it in 2020. Well, it's 2024 now. It's got 77, about 77.5 on it now. So I do drive it daily, basically. I get the Rangers out every once in a while and drive them, as you guys well know. And the Dodge, I don't even want to talk about this thing. I put the new heater core in it, $900 something to have that put in, and then the heat air selector switch panel on the dash has screwed up on it. So I still don't have any heat. After went 3 or 4 years without having any heat in that thing, and finally I quit procrastinating and got the heater core put in it, and then this. So something all the time on these old vehicles. But anyway, I'm ADHD, guys. I'm sorry I get off on something. But anyway, so 27,000 miles when I bought this car. So, you know, like I said, the brake fluid's never been changed. That's the original brake fluid. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably the original brake pads and rotors and everything on this car. I would think probably just about everything's original on this car. Probably the original plugs and wires, alternator. I did put a water pump on this car right after I bought it. The water pump started leaking, and I contributed that basically to the fact that it had sat a lot and hadn't been driven a lot. And when it was driven, it was just, you know, little old lady driving to church and driving to the grocery store. So, but I had the new water pump put on. I'm pretty sure they put a new serpentine belt on. It looks new. And then they this little elbow right here, if you can see it, those are from the factory. Those are plastic and they always leak. So I had that upgraded to an aluminum elbow, and that should last many, many years. So he went ahead and done that while he was in there too. So, but anyway, guys, added the Valvoline .3 brake fluid, and I'm going to drive it here in a little bit, and I'll let you guys know if that takes care of the light. Like I said, that may have been part of it, but I also suspect that it could be the worn pads too. He looks like I thought he was going to attack that one. They look like they're ready to go at it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.